listening to Deep Talk on KCMO Talk Radio 710 and 103.7 FM. I'm your host, Vasavi Kumar, and I just got back from a beautiful wedding back in New York. It was a friend of mine from high school. She's one of my oldest and dearest friends, and I absolutely love weddings. You know, it makes me really happy to see two people who truly love each other unite. And of course, I was bawling my eyes out. And thank God I had fake eyelashes. You know, I was one of the bridesmaids, so I opted in for the fake eyelashes. And I had to really control myself from allowing the tears to pour down because the makeup was a lot of money. But back to the wedding. I think oftentimes we take for granted the fact that in relationships, the first step is to just like the person. You know, could you actually see yourself being friends with that person? And last week we spoke to Ariel Ford, author of Wabi-Sabi Love, and she talked about finding the perfection in imperfect relationships and offer tips to really see past all the things that typically trigger us. It was a great show, and if you haven't already picked up her book, Wabi-Sabi Love, you can get it at wabisabilove.com, WABISABI love.com. So I have a life-changing special offer for heart-centered entrepreneurs, so people whose products and services are intended to transform the lives of another human being. And, you know, really for people who want to live an epic, breathtaking life and are ready to receive everything they want. No more wondering if your purpose and vision are aligned. No more unhappy, lonely days and nights wondering if you're missing out on what you deserve. No more excuses that are keeping you from living fabulously. The secret to your success lives inside of you, and this is the first step to owning it. You'll have everything you need to move forward. Surround yourself with people who want to see you succeed, and most importantly, love yourself and love what you're doing in life. And guys, we're literally 2 weeks away from the Source of Your Success coaching program. We start June 20th, and it's not too late to sign up. So go to sourceofyoursuccess.com. And my book is officially out. It's called Succeeding in Spite of Everything, along with Sandra Yancey, the CEO of eWomen Network, Lisa Nichols, who was a guest back in February, and we're now a #1 bestseller. So if you want to purchase a copy for yourself as a gift, if you want to purchase a copy for yourself as a gift, for someone in your family or a friend, you know, go to my website, vasavikumar.com/books/succeeding, and you can pre-order your copy. And my face is on the cover, which is really exciting. And so going back to my Source of Your Success program, I am so excited about it. I'm keeping it small, intimate, 20 people. There's going to be 10 classes, 4 live calls with a group. You're also going to get 6 one-on-one coaching sessions with me, all the content, all the curriculum for my Source of Your Success program, everything that you need to really transform the mindset. And since you're going to be working with me one-on-one, I'm going to be there supporting you, walking with you, holding you accountable, and giving you the support and structure that you need to really move forward. Oh, and I just did a free teleclass on Wednesday. So if you want to get the recording, it's the 3 simple words that you need to know in order to move past your fear. So go to sourceofyoursuccess.com/audio and you get the free download. Okay. So please go ahead and get that so you can just hear what we talked about. And I'm so excited about today's guest. I'm going to be talking to Sonia Choquette. She's one of the top psychics and teaches people how to tap into and operate from their sixth sense. I got in touch with Sonia because a dear friend of mine, and actually the first guest that we ever had on Deep Talk, Dr. Michelle Robin, put me in touch with her. And I'm happy that she did because, you know, I've spent the majority of my life operating from my gut or intuition. And I really can't wait to learn more about how to operate from that place moment to moment so it becomes a first sense as opposed to a sixth sense. And I think that if I hadn't listened to my inner voice or that sixth sense, I wouldn't be where I am today in life. I wouldn't be fearless. I wouldn't be taking risks that some people just look at me and really think that I'm crazy for the things that I do. So we're going to have a great show today, and Sonia's going to teach you how you can learn to practice tuning into your vibes and your intuition. So if you're planning on going anywhere, don't go anywhere. You are listening to Deep Talk on KCMO, Talk Radio 710 and 103.7 FM. And give me a call, 913-951-17 1764. We'll be right back.
KCMO Talk Radio 710, now on FM at 103.7. Hear Dave Ramsey at his new time, weekdays 9 to 11.
She said, "You Dave Ramsey people are like a crazy cult." Yeah, they're all shaving their heads so they look like me. It's a cult. It's a cult. Yes, yes. Oh, I'm sorry. It just doesn't meet the guidelines of a cult.
The Dave Ramsey Show on KCMO Talk Radio 710 and now 103.7 FM. Talking Kansas City. KCMO Talk Radio 710, now on FM at 103.7.
Vasavi Kumar knows one thing for sure. She is no expert. Instead, she embodies and radiates acceptance, vulnerability, hope, and love, drawing from a lifetime of awareness and the primal understanding that at our very core, we crave connection and truth. Vasavi knows that by sharing her authentic self, she creates a safe place for others to not only discover, but speak their own truth. Knowing that the relationships we seek begin first within, Vasavi delivers presentations that not only uplift and inspire, but encourage each attendee to dig deep, cast away doubt, and claim the truly radiant self they've too often buried under layers of expectations, disappointments, and self-criticism. To learn more about how Vasavi can support you in getting you out of your own way, visit her at vasavikumar.com or give her a call at 913-951-1764 today. vasavikumar.com. 913-951-1764.
When it comes to assisted living, are you going to trust your mom or dad to a giant corporation? Of course not. Hi, this is Frank Curtis. Shawnee Heartland is the boutique community of choice. A community with heart. Privately owned and operated since 2000. Log on to ShawneeHeartlandAL.com. Shawnee Heartland Assisted Living. We're not a giant corporation. We're family.
It's probably not a stretch to say it's getting harder and more complicated every day to operate a business. It's been said that all problems can be resolved by revenue. The best news is the formula for increasing sales is easy to understand and it's free. Thousands of businesses have discovered and followed this formula for success, and you can too. To learn this 4-step formula, simply visit cumulusradio.com. Go to cumulusradio.com and learn our 4 simple steps. Cumulusradio.com. You know your business, we know marketing.
Coffee and a bagel, $8. 2 movie tickets, $30. Tank of gas, $80. I can't control how much I pay for a lot of things, but when it comes to entertainment, Dish gives me all the channels I love at the right price. I call that cost control. My favorite shows and movies are available on my home TV with promotional prices starting at $19.99. Now, why would I ever pay more for TV? With Dish, I don't have to. I get HBO, Cinemax, Showtime, and Starz free for 3 months. Yes, free. That's one word I don't hear enough of these days. So while I can't control how much I pay for gas, I can make sure I get the best entertainment value for the money. With promotional prices starting at just $19.99 a month for 12 months, it's the biggest deal in entertainment. And it's only from Dish. Call 1-888-770-DISH today to find out more. That's 1-888-770-3474. Limited time offers subject to change without notice. 24-month agreement required. Cancellation fee and other restrictions apply. Call for details.
Most people list having a roof over your head as one of life's necessities. Make sure your roof is a good one by calling All American Roofing at 913-345-8000. All American Roofing will expertly take care of all your roofing and guttering needs. They do tile, slate, and composition, all at affordable prices. So whether you want to re-roof your home or fix that annoying leak, All American Roofing can help you do it. For a free estimate, call All American Roofing at 913-345-8000.
By August of next year, your medical billing and coding methods become critical to the financial success of your practice. That's when American converts to ICD-10, and your coders must be certified in over 140,000 new codes. Certification is time-consuming and costly, and you risk an increase in claim denials. Purpose Billing Services is your billing and coding solution. Their staff is certified and experienced. Contact them for a free quote today, 913-707-8710, or visit them on the web at purposebilling.com. You fix your patients' aches and pains, and they fix yours.
Get connected and get it right. KCMO Talk Radio 710 and now 103.7 FM.
Welcome back, guys. You are listening to Deep Talk on KCMO Talk Radio 710 and 103.7 FM. I am so excited for today's topic and guest because it's something that I have believed in and operated from and continue to listen to on a daily basis. And that is truly listening to your intuition, trusting your vibes and going with your gut. And my guest today, Sonia Choquette, is a world-renowned author, storyteller, vibrational healer, and a sixth sensory spiritual teacher in international demand for her guidance, her wisdom, and her capacity to heal the soul. Her books have sold over 1 million copies worldwide, including her New York Times best-selling book, my favorite, The Answer is Simple. And she is most recognized for teaching people to listen to their intuition. So I'm honored to have her here. Welcome, Sonia.
Thank you so much. I'm very excited to be with you today.
Thanks. So, can you share with me and our listeners, what are you working on right now? What are some of your big projects?
Well, I just finished a book called Grace, Guidance, and Gifts, Sacred Blessings to Light Your Way. Mm-hmm. And it is a book that basically centers around blessing your spirit and beginning to see yourself as one with the quantum field, or the some call it the matrix, some call it the quantum field, some call it the universe, but to begin to awaken and allow yourself to access support from greater than your own intellectual, emotional imprints and education. Mm-hmm. Because we don't learn well. We haven't learned necessarily from the best teachers. Mm-hmm. We've taken in information and didn't imprint it well. We limit ourselves with beliefs, many of which are very negative, and they cause us to protect and defend ourselves from disappointment or rejection or disapproval. So when we start to bless our spirit, our essential self, we begin to feel a sense of our goodness, our inherent goodness, our inherent value, our inherent importance to the grand scheme of things. And that further allows us to trust your vibes, to trust what we feel and give it importance, and realize that it's not just a weird quirk, but really it's a faculty of our brain operating in a whole brain sphere, both sides operating as well as head and heart, because we have a heart brain as well. And so I'm very excited. I just actually got the galley sent off to me today. Mm-hmm. And then I just finished a tour across Europe and Tokyo, and then I'm going on vacation.
Good for you. Well, it is so clear that you're an expert and authority on intuition and really tuning inwards. And you've written all these books addressing this topic. And I know that you stress the importance of our sixth sense. But, in my opinion, I do think the sixth sense should be the first sense. But can you share with our listeners, what is the sixth sense and why is it so important to be in tune with it?
Well, the sixth sense is the capacity to tune into the energetic matrix, or the field of energy we all swim in, and it is centered in your heart. Your heart is the first brain of the body. It's the first organ to be developed in utero, in the fetus, and begins to inform the rest of the body in how to develop. And so the heart wisdom is capable of tuning into the unseen world, the energetic world. And the sixth sense begins to inform us on how energy is flowing. And when it's flowing in harmony with our personal heart, then we get the sort of green light, open-hearted, go for it, excited, satisfied signals, and the body feels them. If we start to gravitate, whether it's our choices, our decisions, our loyalties, our behaviors, if they start going against the grain of our authentic heart-based, heartbeat self, then we will feel troubled, we will feel disturbed, restless, insecure, uneasy, in doubt. And so It's an energetic informing that we then need to learn to translate into language and understanding. But we do inherently understand it as an inherent form of energy because we say, I have a gut feeling, or my heart says, or, I got the goosebumps on that, because our body is responding to the energy that our 5 physical senses are not fine-tuned enough to tune into. So it's it's a higher sense that is like our inner GPS system.
And, if intuition is so commonplace, and what I actually mean by that, you said we have our heart brain, which is actually, but so if it's already there, it's already built in us, why don't people use it as much as they should? And why do you think so many people deny or ignore the presence of this sense?
Well, I really think that it's been a campaign of disempowerment that has been perpetuated throughout the world that tells us, and it's actually an outgrowth of misunderstanding of science and adhering to scientific theories and religious fears and beliefs that would say we can't trust ourselves. So it's a long indoctrination and a long, heavy-duty campaign to ignore our natural wisdom, and then thus that gives our power away, and then we can be controlled. So we all are born and come in with a perfectly functioning sixth sense. Every baby can sense if his mother's leaving or coming or going, or if things aren't safe. He responds, or she responds with crying or with giggles or whatever. But we come in being very clear, and we basically are indoctrinated out of it through our various education systems. Some of us more fortunate than others, like me, who had a home environment that really acknowledged and supported the sixth sense as being a very valid part of our knowing, and it was really celebrated. Whereas in some people who were given different information and different control tactics were said, that's weird, that's no okay. Anything from that's weird and not normal to, that's the devil, and anything between. But those are really attitudes of the last century.
So I have a question. So do you think that when you listen to your intuition, that's actually God or your spirit or universe speaking to you?
I actually think that it is how God or the universe speaks to you.
Yeah.
It's definitely the means of contact. And it's a subtle, very subtle influence that with attention you begin to hone in on. Just like if you were taking a cooking class and I was teaching you and I just put a little, say I was making a pasta sauce and I put just a dash of tarragon in it and introduced you to that flavor, then you would know that flavor's there. And pretty soon you'd recognize it all the time.
Right.
So what I'm doing with people in my work, and what I encourage people to know, is that you have an intuitive, conscious brain. And it's somehow, for various unfortunate conditionings, it's the light in your inner self that got turned off. Now, the light still works, and I just help you turn it back on. So it's not that complex.
I love this. And guys, you're listening to KCMO Talk Radio 710 and 103.7 FM. And if you want to learn more about Sonia's many books that are each and every single one of them are just amazing. And if you want to learn more about Sonia's work, some of her upcoming workshops, go to her website at soniachoquette.com, SONIACHOQUETTE.com. So, Sonia, how do you use your intuition in your daily life? Like, I almost want you to walk us through a day in the life of someone who operates from her sixth sense.
Well, the first thing I know about the sixth sense is that it's hard to pay attention to subtle energy when the grosser energies around you are out of order. So I live in a home that's peaceful, and I get up in the morning and I do an hour's worth of yoga because it calms my nervous system, and it's strengthening, and it makes me present and aware, and I enjoy it. So I start my day with joy, and then I have maybe 10 or 15 minutes of meditation where I just feel the day. I just feel the day, and I also, in that period of time, set my intentions, those things I would like to achieve, and then I ask my intuition to support me in that. So I say this in many of my books, intuition follows intention. It's not like you're going to go just be here and there. The more clear you are about what your goals are, the sharper your intuition will be.
How does that work? So,
well, let me give you an example. Say that it is my goal to get to the airport because I have an airplane to catch and I can't be late. So I get in the car and I'm driving to the airport and I'm 3 blocks away, and because I've set that intention, I get a feeling that maybe I shouldn't take the ordinary way. So when I feel an intuition, the first thing I do is I say it out loud. I should go in a different direction. And I listen to that voice. I give voice to the impulse.
Wow.
And then I feel it, and then I always ask myself, is that true? So I'll say, yes, I feel that I should go a different way. And then I'll say, is that true? And then it's like a check gap, kind of a system of checks and balances. It's like, is that true? And I'll say, I'll feel it. Yes, that's true. And I'll just, without needing to verify, this is where I'm different than most. Intuition guides you to make the best decisions in the moment. The minute you need to stop and verify, you've already lost your moment. So it's like learning to ski or surf. I just surf with it. I don't sit down and try to verify or justify, because that is my intellect controlling.
So I
just go with it. I just change and go.
So going with it would mean surrendering to your intuition versus
just saying yes to it.
Yeah, okay.
I just say yes. I will say it out loud. I will ask if it's true, and then I say yes. And that is the way I live my life. I will get a request for different things. I got a request the other day to go out to dinner with some wonderful friends. I've traveled a lot lately, so of course I want to see my friends and look forward to it, but I got the feeling I shouldn't go. So I said, is that true? I shouldn't go. My intellect's going, of course you should go. My emotional body's going, you haven't seen your friends in ages. Of course go. And my intuition said, no, don't go. And I said, okay, I'll say yes to that. And I didn't go. Well, they all met at a friend's house and made dinner together. And I don't know whatever misfortune of events unfolded, but everybody got terrible food poisoning.
Oh, my God.
From something that was cooked in the dinner. I didn't. And thank God, because I couldn't afford to be terribly food poisoned with my schedule right now, which tends to be a little bit very busy. So that's how I live. And where I'm different from other people is I don't stop and try to figure it out or validate it or justify it, or I just go with the vibe. And it really works out for me. And I have been teaching for about 25 years, and the feedback is those who do it this way, it pretty much works out for them as well.
So, it's interesting when people say they have a difficult choice to make, whatever it may be. So I want to ask you when we get back from break, how does someone go from having a difficult life to making their life easy by using their intuition? So Sonia, don't go anywhere. Okay. We're going to take a break. Guys, you're listening to KCMO Talk Radio 710 and 103.7. If you have any questions for me, call me at 913-951-1764 or email me at Vasavi at vasavikumar.com.
Today on the KCMO Morning Show with Greg Knapp.
John, you're on the KCMO Morning Show. Go right ahead.
What's up, Greg? Listen, I listen to you. I tune in almost every morning on my drive to work, and I want to tell you, I no longer disrespect you, sir. I now respect you for finally talking about this United Nations Agenda 21 stuff.
Don't miss out. Listen to the KCMO Morning Show with Greg Knapp. Weekday mornings from 5 till 9.
Fox News Radio, I'm Liz White. Dozens reported dead in the past day in central Syria, where opposition activists say government forces have been trying to regain control. International monitors are now in a town near Damascus where rebel fighters may operate.
It's clear this sunny majority town is a hotbed of resistance. Now the chant is, the people want the downfall of the regime.
Sky News correspondent Tim Marshall. An argument sparked a shooting at an off-campus apartment complex party near Auburn University in Alabama. That's according to a witness.
He says a group of people got in a fight over a girl. He says that they were all here just having a really good time and that this has caught everybody by surprise.
Christy Hutchings with Fox 6 News in Birmingham. Police not confirming reports of 3 people shot dead at that party. Fox News, we report, you decide.
Your KCMO forecast from KCTV5.
Increasing clouds today, and it's going to be another hot one with a high around 91. It's going to be breezy as well with a south-southeasterly wind at 10 to 20 miles an hour. We have a 50% chance for thunderstorms after 7 o'clock tonight and lasting until noon on Monday. And this is going to be our only decent chance for rain over the next week, and boy, do we need it. I'm KCTV5 meteorologist Tom Walks.
Hey, folks, Dave here. Did you know kitchens and bathrooms are the most used rooms in a house? During their 40-plus years in business, Mr. Remodeler has helped countless homeowners keep their kitchens and bathrooms looking great with the latest designs, styles, and colors.
We couldn't be happier with Mr. Remodeler. The Mr. Remodeler crew bent over backwards to satisfy our needs. They really went out of their way to be sure everything was the way we wanted it.
Make your home a more comfortable place to live. Let Mr. Remodeler's trustworthy design experts put the proper solutions in place for your family.
Your company has done 3 projects for me, and they all came out great. The workmen on the job were exceptional. I was extremely happy with their knowledge, attitude, workmanship, and interest in the quality.
So if I can help you, give me a call. Missouri, 453-3049, Kansas 362-7166. And on the web, MrRemodeler.com. Thanks.
Folks, when is the last time you had your air conditioner checked to make sure it's running efficiently? If the answer is not recently, or even worse, I never have, then call Lee's Summit Heating and Cooling now. A home's air conditioning system is typically the most expensive appliance to operate, so take care of it. Call 525-7218 to schedule your 16-plus point clean and check for only $79. Helping you stay cool this summer. That's Lee's Summit Heating and Cooling.
When it comes to assisted living, are you going to trust your mom or dad to a giant corporation? Of course not. Hi, this is Frank Curtis. Shawnee Heartland is the boutique community of choice. A community with heart. Privately owned and operated since 2000. Log on to ShawneeHeartlandAL.com. Shawnee Heartland Assisted Living. We're not a giant corporation. We're family.
Who are you? What makes you tick? What makes your heart race? I want to know. You see, my purpose is to support you on your journey. My name is Vasavi Kumar, and I specialize in transformational coaching and speaking. Let's set up your 60-minute coaching session today. Call me at 913-951-1764. That's 913-951-1764.
If your air conditioner broke down, would you call an expert auctioneer?
Gonna open up the air conditioner now. Can I get a wrench? Looking for a wrench, looking at a toolbox for a wrench. Screwdriver, got a screwdriver.
Yeah, no. You'd call the real air conditioning experts, service experts. You'll get a written 100% satisfaction guarantee. If you've heard you need expensive repairs, now get a free second opinion. Call Service Experts Heating and Air Conditioning at 866-EXPERTS. That's 866-EXPERTS. Or visit ServiceExperts.com, also known as Neil Harris Service Experts.
KCMO Talk Radio 710 and now on FM at 103.7. Straight talk given to you straight. Only on KCMO.
Welcome back, and you are listening to Deep Talk on KCMO Talk Radio 710 and 103.7 FM. And I am talking to Sonia Choquette. She's absolutely beautiful, brilliant, and amazing. And she's also the New York Times bestselling author of The Answer is Simple. And you can get her book and learn more about her at soniachoquette.com. Before the break, Sonia, I was asking you, I see so many people who say they have a difficult choice to make. In your book, The Answer is Simple, you basically state that life doesn't have to be so hard. And
Not at all. I can help people.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you a tool for that.
Okay.
First of all, before you pose the question to your intuition, you have to do a little practice called emptying the garbage. And so, again, it's an out loud, vocalized exercise, and what you do is you start naming all the things you fear. I'm afraid I'll make the wrong decision. I'm afraid that it will, I'll make a decision that I will hurt someone else. I'm afraid I'll lose money. I'm afraid that someone else is more qualified than me. Just whatever. And do that until you can't think of anything else that you're afraid of. And so you've just emptied the garbage. Because it's not fear that gets in the way, it's hiding fear that gets in the way. Humans we have lots of free-floating fears, but if we have to manage those, we can't get to our intuition. Secondly, once you've emptied the garbage, then say the question is. So, Vasavi, would you like to do this with me?
Absolutely.
Okay, do you have a difficult decision to make?
I do. It's
okay. And you care to share with everyone?
Oh yeah, I'm like saran wrap. I'm very transparent.
Okay.
So the difficult, it's an internal conversation about, right now my business is growing and I'm very afraid that I won't be able to handle it all.
Okay, and what else?
I'm afraid that, I've also shared with my listeners, that I have successfully managed my bipolar disorder and I know that I can handle that, but I don't think that I can manage me and manage my business. So my worst fear is that I'm just going to crumble. Like everything is just going to crumble.
So, and what's your question that you'd like to pose?
My question is, can I have it all?
Okay. Any more fears?
Any more fears? Well, yeah, I have the fear that I have to choose one or the other, that I have to choose my family versus my business.
Okay. So now put your hand on your heart, and you're going to ask your spirit, you're going to ask your intuition. So the first thing you want to do is say, can I be as specific as possible? Can I grow my business and be available to my family and myself successfully at this time? Just ask the question out loud.
Can I grow my business and successfully be there for my family and myself at this time?
Okay, so I have a question. Is that a true question? Are you really available to being guided?
Absolutely.
Okay, put your hand on your heart and just fill in the blank. My heart says...
My heart says yes.
What else?
My heart says, of course you can. My heart says, I've never left you stranded. My heart says, you have what it takes. My heart says, have faith in God and the universe, that everything is going to pan out beautifully. My heart says, just breathe. And my heart also says, just be present and grateful for the right now.
Okay. Is that true?
It's very true.
Do you believe? How do you feel? Do you feel like do you feel anything going on in your body?
I do. It's actually like my heart started pumping a little bit. It's almost like I got excited when I was able to tune into that voice.
Yeah, see? And give it voice?
Yes. Yeah. It was more excitement. Like I actually got excited and the fear kind of quieted down a little bit.
Yeah.
Like I can do this. That's how I felt.
Okay. Now, let's just do one more little thing, and this is a good thing for people because they actually get the experience of how to do this. Say, ask your heart, and what are the best steps, the next 3 best steps?
And what are the next best 3 steps? Oh, sorry. What are the
next best 3 steps, however, in your own words?
What are the next best 3 steps?
To grow my business.
To grow my business and have balance.
Mm-hmm.
So
my heart says?
Okay. My heart says schedule Vasavi in first.
Okay.
My heart says have trust. Like, go with it. Just ride the wave, like you said.
Yeah. Maybe one more thing?
My heart says have healthier priorities.
Okay. Breathe. And always kind of do the because throat is the chimney of the heart.
Yes.
And when you do that, you really relieve yourself. You feel that relief. It's like the intuition can then really kind of settle into your body.
Can I just share the value of that exercise, Sonia? I think I try to get all the answers from my intellect.
Right.
And this is the first time, in a very long time that I have stopped. I mean, especially live on the radio, just really stopped and tuned inwards as opposed to allowing the mind give me all my answers.
I love that you can really make that distinction.
Yes.
And how do you feel?
I feel very I don't want to say empowered, but I feel
Why not?
Yeah, okay. So I feel powerful. I feel like I have the answer. That's exactly how I feel.
That's exactly how you should feel because you did get the answer.
You are listening to Deep Talk on KCMO Talk Radio 710 and 103.7 FM. My guest, Sonia Choquette, is the New York Times bestselling author of the book, The Answer is Simple. And we're here talking about tuning in to your intuition. You just taught me that I don't have to call, Tom, Dick, or Harry to get the answer. I just need to tune in.
And it can't be, so you can't successfully do that in your head. The key is say it out loud.
Say it out loud. Who would have thought? Because you're saying you have to hear your own voice.
And the sound of your own voice. See, intuition comes from the heart, through the chimney of the throat, through the voice.
Through the chimney of the throat, through your voice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
then you feel the vibration of the voice. And then you say, is that true? You'll feel it. It's not a thinking thing. Do you feel that?
No. And you want to know how I know I felt it? Because it was so crystal clear and there weren't many voices.
Yay.
It was just one voice.
That's the point.
Yeah.
That is the point.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what I love doing. It's like I just taught you to turn on the light.
I'm just thinking how people could be so successful, and I'm not talking, I'm not even talking monetarily, but how people could be so successful if they just listen to themselves.
And that is, in my worldview, I don't see how anyone can be successful at all without listening to their inner voice.
Yes.
I just don't see how that can happen.
So let me ask you, Sonia, and by the way, thank you so much for giving me that personal consultation over the radio.
Well, and yes, people are going to have much more benefit actually seeing you walk through the process than me just talking about it. So
thank you.
It was really great. Thank you for being our visual audio aid.
Well, I feel honored because I just got to experience that with you and you guiding me. So thank you. So for the people out there who are quote unquote practical and use their mind to make decisions, how do you think listening to your intuition can better serve them? Or is it possible to
Well, I think that people need to know, Vasavi, that your left brain or your logic mind is very limited. Half of what you think you know to be true is just hearsay. Half of what you know to be true is other people's opinions.
So is it possible to be practical and listen to your intuition?
Well, I don't see how you can be practical or call yourself practical and not listen to your intuition. Because your intuition isn't some reckless, energetic, chaos-inducing faculty. Your mind is. Your mind is the chaos-inducing faculty. However, and I write this in my book, True Balance, I write this in my book, The Psychic Pathway, and I write this in my book, Trust Your Vibes. Get the facts. Get the practical scenario as much as you can without being emotionally overloaded. Then ask your intuition. Don't bypass the facts. Intuition works best on a solid foundation of real awareness in present time.
So what I hear you saying is, I think most people get the facts and then they create a whole story around it.
Right. Intuition doesn't fight facts. It extrapolates them to a higher level.
I love that.
So it's not a battle. It's like your facts, or you build the platform, but when you stand on it, you see over the fence.
So I actually have one last question for you, okay? What is one thing that a person can do, who is starting on the path of intuition, really tapping in? What's one thing that a person could just start with today?
Well, I would say the tool that we just used, and one of the things that your intuition really wants to support you with is in living the most authentic, fulfilling life that you can. And people often come to me and say, well, I don't even know what that is because I'm so fearful. So I have another tool, and that tool is a tool I call Diving for Gold. It's in my book, The Answer is Simple, and that is for 3 minutes a day out loud. And you want to do that with me real quickly before we end? Because it's a very good tool.
Yes, I'd love to.
Be my guinea pig? Okay.
Yeah.
So I want you to fill in the blank for me for 15 seconds, over and over again.
Okay.
If I weren't afraid, I would.
Allow myself to stay happy.
And what else?
If I weren't afraid, I would allow myself to give love even where I didn't feel love.
And what else?
If I weren't afraid, I would allow myself to be vulnerable even when I'm scared.
And what else?
If I weren't afraid, I would just be me.
And what else?
If I weren't afraid, I wouldn't exert so much energy into performance.
And breathe. Now your intuition will help you do every one of those things because those are your most authentic heart's desires.
I love that. So it's really as simple for 3 minutes straight. If I weren't afraid, blank.
Yes, and two things happen. When the heart speaks, the universe answers yes. So none of that had to do with your brain. None of that had to do with your mind.
And I was nervous, by the way. I have to tell you that.
That's okay because it was very vulnerable.
And I saw that my mind was trying to get the right answer, but I didn't allow it.
Because we had too little time.
Yes, exactly.
That's why it was good to do it.
Thank you.
Quickly.
Thank you so much, Sonia, for taking the time out to be here. And guys, if you want to learn more about Sonia's work, please go to her website, soniachoquette.com, SoniaChoquette.com. Sonia, thank you so much.
Oh, my love, thank you for having me on. It was such a great pleasure.
And have a safe flight.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. Guys, we're going to take a break. You're listening to Deep Talk with Vasavi on KCMO Talk Radio 710 and 103.7 FM.
KCMO Talk Radio 710 and at 103.7 FM, the new home of the Mike Huckabee Show.
By the way, I got to tell you a little Kansas City connection. My son-in-law is from Kansas City, and he and my daughter are any day going to present me with my second grandchild and my first granddaughter. So I got a very special interest in Kansas City as a result of that, and the Kansas side of it, by the way.
Mike Huckabee, weekdays 11 till 2 on KCMO Talk Radio 710 and now 103.7 FM.
Vasavi Kumar knows one thing for sure. She is no expert. Instead, she embodies and radiates acceptance, vulnerability, hope, and love, drawing from a lifetime of awareness and the primal understanding that at our very core, we crave connection and truth. Vasavi knows that by sharing her authentic self, she creates a safe place for others to not only discover, but speak their own truth. Knowing that the relationships we seek begin first within, Vasavi delivers presentations that not only uplift and inspire, but encourage each attendee to dig deep, cast away doubt, and claim the truly radiant self they've too often buried under layers of expectations, disappointments, and self-criticism. To learn more about how Vasavi can support you in getting you out of your own way, visit her at vasavikumar.com or give her a call at 913-951-1764 today. vasavikumar.com. 913-951-1764.
When it comes to assisted living, are you going to trust your mom or dad to a giant corporation? Of course not. Hi, this is Frank Curtis. Shawnee Heartland is the boutique community of choice. A community with heart. Privately owned and operated since 2000. Log on to ShawneeHeartlandAL.com. Shawnee Heartland Assisted Living. We're not a giant corporation. We're family.
Do you hate commercials? Even this one? Even if we talk in a really soothing voice? Well, what about a commercial about Dish's Hopper, which is an HD DVR that lets you skip commercials automatically, so you can watch your show straight through without interruption? You'd like that commercial, right? Still no? How about if this commercial suddenly ended?
Watch commercial-free TV with the Hopper, the new whole home HD DVR from Dish. Call 1-800-WATCH-TV to get Dish today. Only available for playback of select HD primetime shows and must be enabled by customer. Programming sold separately. Restrictions apply. Call for details.
At Advance Auto Parts, we don't do anything just part way. We go full throttle. We don't just sell batteries. Oh no. We install them fast and free with purchase on most vehicles. And we mean fast. If strapping on an experimental jetpack would help us install your battery any faster, we'd do it. Unfortunately, jetpacks can be squirrely. Too bad, because we really wanted those things. Fast, free battery installation at Advance. Service is our best part.
Advance Auto Parts.
Do you know what this is? How about this? This is the sound of everything Dad loves and more. And right now, it's all at Sears, with great prices on all his favorite brands, like U.S. Polo Association, Kenmore Grills, Big Name Big Screens, and all Craftsman tool storage and mechanics tool sets are up to 50% off. Plus, when you shop your way at Sears, you can buy online and pick up today. This is Destination Dad. This is Sears. Tool savings range from 5 to 50%. Restrictions apply. See store for details.
When you listen to other talk stations, you get aggravated. When you get aggravated, you pull up your neighbor's shrubs and kick their dog. Don't kick your neighbor's dog. Listen to KCMO Talk Radio 710 and now 103.7 FM.
Today's deal, Volet Aerial Academy classes, 50% off. Go to sweetjack.com and fly like a trapeze artist while sculpting your abs with Volet Aerial Academy.
Sweet Jack, now that's a real sweet deal.
Sweetjack.com.
I knew that a sauna would be relaxing after a long, hard day, but when I started researching saunas, I was surprised. I never knew a sauna from saunasforbetterhealth.com could be so good for me. Go to saunasforbetterhealth.com and see for yourself. Their made-in-USA saunas harness the medical powers of far-infrared waves for remarkable health benefits. It helps remove toxins and actually speeds healing. The only problem at my house? It's a race to see who can get into the sauna first. Start your road to a healthier lifestyle now. saunasforbetterhealth.com.
Greg Knapp.
Some Weekend Fund, KCMOTalkRadio.com survey. Do you agree that as a man, you'd be more willing to cry when your team wins the championship than when your baby's born? KCMOTalkRadio.com.
Never mind, I'll find someone like you. We're back, and you're listening to Deep Talk on KCMO Talk Radio 710 and 103.7. I'm Vasavi. What a great show. I'm so happy that Sonia talked about intuition and gave us the practical tools, which I'm going to share with you in a moment. You know, it's really easy to get caught up in what other people say to you, what your mind chatter is saying to you. And so it really is that simple, just like her book. The Answer is Simple, which you can get at her website, SoniaChoquette.com, SoniaChoquette.com. The answer to all of your problems is that simple if you just tune in. And one of the tools that she gave that really is that simple is to take 3 minutes every day and ask yourself, if I weren't afraid, blank, and fill it in and do that and just keep doing that over and over. And if you remember in the last segment, I did that. And what I really found is that my mind shut off. You know, and I was really able to tune in. So that's one of the first ways that you could just begin on this road or on this journey of tuning into your intuition. So next week, I am thrilled, beyond humbled and honored for my guest. How many of you have ever had a conversation with God? Well, my guest, author of the best-selling book, Conversations with God, Neil Donald Walsh, will be here speaking to all of you about how you can have a deeper conversation with God and what to do with all of the knowledge that you receive. So it's actually perfect because today we talked about intuition, and next week, we're really going to talk about when you do have that conversation with God, then what? So I want to leave you with the following thoughts to consider. Don't wait for your dream life to show up. Please trust yourself. The true secret is that you are the source of your success. You just have to choose to get the support, tools, and access that you need to help boost you in that direction. And if you desire to have success with less worry or limits, find courage in everything that you do or want to do, take your business or career to the next level, and feel the peace and acceptance that comes with acknowledging the source of your own success and taking action on the things that you want, then you bring yourself, and I'll pour all the knowledge, wisdom, and support you'll need to achieve those desires in my Source of Your Success coaching program, which starts June 20th. And for those of you who are going to be joining me and who already signed up, I am absolutely brimming with pride that you're choosing me, and most importantly, yourself. You are awesome. And so, guys, if you're, thinking if this is for you and you want to learn more, go to the sourceofyoursuccess.com. And, one last reminder of what you're going to get when you join me and 19 other fabulous luminaries in the Source of Your Success coaching program. And please don't wait, because we already have 4 spots that are taken. You're going to get 10 telecourses, digging deep and wide using my source methodology. You're going to get the workbook. You're going to get the lesson modules. You're going to get 4 live community calls each month and submit your questions ahead of time so they're all answered. And if you can't come to the live call, we're going to send you the recording, my team and I have an amazing team supporting me. You're going to get, for a limited time, if you sign up in the next week, you're going to get 6 one-on-one coaching and accountability calls with me. I've created a community collaboration page so that you can talk to all the other people in the program. You're going to have unlimited email access to me during the course of the program. Remember, I am here to serve you. Okay. And like I said, for a limited time, as a gift, I'm doubling the amount of one-on-one coaching calls with me, bringing it to 6 over the course of 3 months. So, usually new clients who sign up are paying $1,000 for just 4 calls, and you're basically getting the group interaction, the telecourses, and everything else for free, plus 2 bonus one-on-one calls when you sign up today, and that's literally a $1,500 savings alone. So if you're interested, give me a call. Let's talk about it, 913-951-1764. You can also go to sourceofyoursuccess.com and just make it happen. I also had a free teleclass on Wednesday about how to create an epic, breathtaking life using 3 simple words. So go to sourceofyoursuccess.com/audio so you can download the recording. And remember that at the end of the day, you are the creator of the universe. You're the only one that has what it takes to make it happen. And the most important thing, despite your fear, despite the circumstances, despite the judgments and the opinions you have, do it anyway. That's all this is about. You're going to have the fear, but do it anyway. Okay? So go to sourceofyoursuccess.com and make it happen. And thank you so much for tuning in. You're listening to Deep Talk on KCMO Talk Radio 710. And remember, be kind to yourself.